Good morning, marchers. Please join me. Give Vice Chair Vargas a huge round of applause for her powerful action. The fact that San Diego is now an avowed champion for reproductive freedom is meaningful, it's powerful, and it's an example for the rest of this country. And when other states are taking rights away, our state and our county is doing the right thing. That means a lot. I'm proud to stand with Supervisor Vargas, with Senate Pro Tem Atkins, with all of the electeds up here, and with each of you today. Planned Parenthood is honored to be here today. Change makers, you're hellraisers, and you make today like this possible. And all of the fierce partners that have helped us put this together, we are so pleased to be here. And I am personally honored to stand with you today as an activist, a woman, a mother of two teenage young men, an American, a granddaughter of immigrants, and a person who chose abortion at one point in her life. Each morning, our Planned Parenthood staff, our volunteers, and our supporters, we wake up, we dust off whatever happened the day before, and we reaffirm our promise and our commitment to each of you, where we can build a world where sexual and reproductive rights are basic human rights, where people can choose their own path to a healthy and meaningful life with respect and with dignity and with support, and where all health care, including abortion, is accessible and affordable. That's the world and the country that we deserve. But we all know that rights and services are actually meaningless if they're not accessible. And we know that communities of color and people with lower incomes and people in rural areas, the same groups that already face oppression and lack of access to health care, are getting the worst of these impacts. I don't have to tell you that our opponents do not want the world that we want. Ever since 1973 and before, frankly, the anti-abortion movement has been laser focused on erasing our freedoms. For nearly half a century, they have done anything and everything to put abortion care out of reach for as many Americans as they possibly can. And what have they done? In the last 5 decades, some abortion opponents have promoted and committed violent acts. They blocked access to health centers. They threatened providers, or worse, and their families. They put barrier after barrier after barrier between a patient and her healthcare provider. They instituted unnecessary waiting periods, counseling sessions, and medically unnecessary services. They've manipulated and distorted the truth by intentionally creating language and fake realities to shame and stigmatize people over and over again to keep us silent about abortion. And they lied over and over again. They threw their weight behind candidates like Donald Trump, Mike Pence, and others. And those people promised to overturn Roe. They've used and they continue to use our judicial systems to stop healthcare services, to shut down clinics, and to criminalize legal medical procedures. Now, you all know that heinous and draconian law in Texas has essentially banned abortion for the people of Texas. And we expect more states to do the same. This is just the next step in a long, long history of lies, manipulation, and shaming. In just a few weeks, the Supreme Court will hear a case that may actually have them overturn Roe and take us back even farther than we are today. But as I close, and this is a huge but, so you gotta really listen to this one. Look around you. In front of you, behind you, to the left of you, to the right of you. This is not 1972. Today, we don't march just for ourselves or for our own children or for our own rights. Today, we're marching for each other. We march for the future of our young people. We march with the people of Texas and other states who receive barrier after barrier. We march together as people from different faiths and genders and identities and expressions and sexual orientations and diverse backgrounds to say with one voice, we matter. We fucking matter. And days like today, they give us the strength to show them and to allow us to turn our pain, and there's some pain here, into power as we fight for ourselves and the people who can't fight for themselves. So that unity is where we get our strength. It what makes this movement so powerful. And you know what? Movements like ours exist because there's already been darkness. There are people who have lost their lives and continue to face terrible circumstances. The challenge now is for us to create light in that darkness, even when we don't see it. That's what no person, no group, no legislator, or no legislature will ever take away from us. So create that light today by getting active and staying really loud, you all. Don't let that stigma shame you. Don't let them make you be silent. Keep making good trouble. Keep standing up for what's right. We need you. Please march safely today.